Good start for Blaney this time.
Regan Smith hanging right there, though, not going to give up on his opportunity.
Oh, and look at this. Things heating up down here on the front straightaway. Ross Chastain being told, not so happy with the way you drove.
Ryan Reed ended up in the wall in turns 3 and 4 on that last lap. So a little disagreement about.
Yeah, the Ford just drove into us into one. Afterwards, he just said it was a green, white checkered, which I'm not sure what that means because I've done a lot of green, white checkers, and it doesn't mean it's just a free for all and you go down there and dump somebody. But there's a lot of racing, and I'll be sure next time we're around him to repay the favor. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I told him, that there's a lot of races left, and I promise when I get back to him, he's going to have a lot of turnovers.
I'd like to know what he said. He was talking to me. I couldn't hear him because his helmet was on. But, it's one of those racing things. It's a green, white checkered at Iowa, and can't say enough. No sponsors on the car. Brought it home to
Daytona as far as restricted plate racing.
Oh, around goes Cole Custer again
through the grass.
Damage this time.
A lot more damage to the front end of the 5. The last time was some contact made between Cole and Matt DiBenedetto.
How far could he have hit him? They were going down the straightaway. That was really odd looking. Go right here. He's on the left rear. Had he hit him right in the rear bumper, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But when you hit him in the left rear quarter panel, it just spun him out on the front straightaway.
Yeah, I don't know if Cole was actually breathing a little bit as he caught the 41, but it definitely seemed to be contact.
Try to save that.
For Ross Chastain, this is his first ever Cup race, 22nd place on the lead lap, Michael.
Love Jay Robinson Racing. These guys work so hard. Protect your melon.
Shout out to Cole Witt. He's battling with Cole Witt. I know they just went a lap down, but these two guys, they're getting after it.
Wow, that's for position. Yeah.
I think somebody's mad at somebody.
Slide job after slide job. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's going to be going, what's going on?
I heard on the radio some back and forth about the 51 car. What happened to you guys, first of all, on track, and then when we came in under caution?
I started it today. I got into him when the 6 and the 48 were trying to wreck each other. And getting into one, I pushed him up and went on by him and ran the bottom and pulled away. And then the caution came out for rain. He got on my back bumper on the front stretch and tried to wreck us. And I told my owner, Johnny, I said, when we get out, I'm going to go talk to him, but I'm not doing anything in the car. I don't want to crash a race car. With our two teams, we run together every week, nose to tail, one in front of the other. And we've ran into each other for 3 years now. Had a bunch of stuff off the track happen, and I've been good with it. I feel like been the bigger man in a lot of cases. So.
There it is. There it was.
And around goes to 33.
That was the battle to get back in the lead lap.
A little contact was made, and the 33 goes around. Brandon Jones was running 20th.
Way right here. You called it, how difficult this race was going to be. Well, the 4 drives in, gets loose, drives in a little too deep, too hard on the brakes, up the track into the quarter panel of the 33.
Yeah, I think Chastain just trying a little bit too hard right there. Just wasn't going to be able to get his car to turn. Overdrove the entry and just got in the side of
It wasn't intentional, but do you think Brandon Jones cares that it wasn't intentional? Because
Restart. Continue, Rick.
Yeah. Ross Chastain in the 4, Brendan Gaughan in the 62, and those two trading a little paint as they go down the 62 and the 4. It seems like it's never ending between these two. As the 4 trying to get by the 62, up the racetrack they go, and sideways is Ross Chastain in that 4, but able to clear the 62.
Mr. Ross Chastain. Oh, the watermelon guy. Somebody needs to whoop his ass.
I'm running over here. Yeah, don't run over here. He's a shit. Don't run over here. You don't take my... He's a fucking piece of shit. John, don't do anything wrong.
Ross Chastain and Joey Gase, you guys, we saw a little bit of video on Twitter between you two. What happened out there on the racetrack?
Basically, I drove him hard into the key and passed him clean, and he left the hole open. I went there, and I had the 5 right on me. I had to go. And then going to the S's, he hit me, I don't know, 3 or 4 different turns and never got off my bumper and pushed me into the sand. So I don't really appreciate that a whole lot. He's kind of Johnny Davis's golden child and he can't do anything wrong. And
he forgets that we're right there with them now. And the funny thing is, he also forgets is that he's trying to get in the chase, and the only way we can do that is we win. So he's trying to do that off a point. So can make that really, really difficult for him. And people just got to remember that we're here to race too. People are used to me.
This is some of that was the punt right there, according to Joey. And you can see it bent up the hood on Ross's car.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid hit there. Yeah, that's been pretty aggressive, but we don't know everything that took place before that, so I'm
side
sure
by side trying to come out of turn 2, and contact with the wall for Ross Chastain, spin for Kevin Harvick, and the caution has come out here at Darlington.
Not enough real estate for everyone.
And Steve Ross came on the radio and said he wrecked us, and they all agreed.
And Kevin Harvick, we've seen this before out of Kevin Harvick. He's actually stopped
sitting in the 42
pit stall.
Well, because I think Kevin Harvick is of the opinion, you heard Parker's report that Ross Chastain felt like Harvick wrecked him. I think Harvick feels like he was underneath Chastain, and Chastain had room to go up the racetrack. Hold up the 42. Harvick knows it. He tries to get through there. The 42 squeezes down. Harvick does not get out of the gas. He slides up. They both run out of real estate. I'm not sure how hard the 98 was into the 42 before the 42 hit the outside wall. So this is going to be the shot right here. Kevin Harvick goes underneath the 42 at Chastain. Listen to the throttle.
Still there, tight, door. Still there, tight, real tight. Like this, I'm on the big run. Inside.
He's out of the gas, but he put himself there.
Well,
real tight. You heard real tight. Well, yeah, real tight. There was no room.
Yeah, he fully expected, I think, for the 42 to just back off and give him that spot. Dave?
I mean, I tried to stay as low as I could, and he just rode on my door. That's just a really inexperienced racer and a really bad move there. And got the air on, got on beside me and just kept going up the racetrack. I couldn't do anything with the wheels. So got a really inexperienced guy in a really fast car that made a really bad move and then wrecked me. Down the back straightaway, hooked me to the right. So just probably the reason that he'll never get to drive many of them again.
Ross, what happened there down in turn 2 with Kevin Harvick from your point of view?
I just can't thank everybody at CGR enough. Honestly, Jeff Karpoff giving me this opportunity is once in a lifetime, man. And I'm trying to race for these guys, and felt like I was holding my own. Learned a lot on the restarts with them, and was really happy to be out there racing with them up until that point. So,
do you feel like you squeezed Kevin Harvick there off too?
Man, I'm just trying to race, and I have to see the film. If I made a mistake, it's on me. Being the leader there, I felt like. I'm just trying to race, man, and just we've given each other room all day. So
I'm sure as he looks back at it and looks at the incident off of turn 2, he's going to be like, you know what, that really wasn't on purpose, or that wasn't a dumb move. That was really something that I could have probably helped create, and could have had a good conversation about it afterwards, and realized how he got better, how he could have gotten better from that. But when you react that way, and you've seen, we, as competitors in the garage, you've seen that reaction out of him before. Those are just types of things that you can't do. But when you have that reputation in the garage, it's hard to get past that. So, you get out of the back of the pack and you start running towards the front of the pack. You have to have some couth about the way that you race and the things that you do and how you react to things. And
Spencer Gallagher now behind the 42. He doesn't get a good restart. Drifts back a bit from the 42 of Chastain. Chastain already clears the 7 as they go into turn number 1.
Pulled up in front of the 7, actually made contact with him. You have to wonder if Allgaier were to get to him, would he express his displeasure with that? We saw the 42. This was the restart before. 42 and the 7, battling down the back straightaway. So he's going to jump up on the outside of the 42 to get to this right rear quarter panel, and Chastain just cuts him off. If I'm Allgaier, I'm like, okay, game on, bud. Watch. He's got this run. He's got a run coming, and he just moves up in front of him, and I don't blame him. Listen, I don't blame Ross
Justin
Chastain.
felt the opposite way. He said that if the 42 doors him again, I'm just going to check up and dump him. So it's going to be exciting on this restart.
This is a difficult pass, driving underneath the 60 of Briscoe. Your car gets really loose. Chastain making him loose with the rear bumper. Oh!
Up the racetrack, he catches the 60. Into the wall he goes. Caution comes out.
Hold your line here. Hold your line. Stay straight.
An aggressive move by a driver who's trying to continue his playoff hopes.
Tim needs to be cool here. He cannot lose his cool. I know he's upset, and I'd be upset too at Ross Chastain, but he's going to have to keep his cool here. Don't damage your car under caution. Just be cool here, man. You're going to get a restart. You see right here, it's an aggressive driver from Chastain, but there's a price to pay for that. And now the 2 cars starting behind you. So if the 2 car needs to move you, you just gave him a position slip. Hey, man, I drove you like that. That means you can drive me the same way. That's the way I view it. See the contact. The 2 was in a difficult spot. He was underneath the 60. He didn't have the air on the car. Chastain drove in there, made contact, moved the 2 out of the way.
Yeah, I didn't touch him that hard. What an idiot.
Yep, didn't touch him that hard. Sounds like that might have been a little bit of a payback when Ross.
You moved the 2. Were you thinking for a moment we're in the right spot?
Well, it's too many mistakes on my part, first of all. I sped on pit road there just trying to roll up to those guys and be the best we could, and so that got us behind, and then just playing catch up from there. And we had the car, looking at it now to do it. I was just trying to go by those guys, so he ran into me after we stopped down there for the lug nut check, but I'm not sorry at all. I don't apologize for what I do on the racetrack. I bring my friends with me.
So, I got underneath the 60 car, and I don't know. I guess he was just going to drive through us. Luckily, I was able to save it, but
the bumper tap on the 4 car coming back in, what was that about?
Yeah, foot slipped off the clutch and tapped. It might even mean anything, honestly. But
Justin Allgaier hard into the wall. So Allgaier, one of the drivers we expected at the beginning of the season would be running for a championship and be a competitor here at this race, into the wall, and it looked like nobody around him.
Well, this is the risk. I love the call to come get tires because it opened up the strategy, but you have to take care of your car.
Yeah, let's see what happened here. Going through there side by side is almost impossible for those guys, and you can see right there, just a difficult situation for all drivers involved, and he gets the worst of it.
Yeah, Ross Chastain just gets in so deep, he drives into the left rear quarter panel, and then I think politely said, hey, I've already spun him, so let me spin him completely out and not spin myself out. You see the contact.
Payback here as they're coming through the inner loop. Out of the inner loop, into the carousel. What is he going to do? He gives him a little bit of bumper. Hey, send him into the tire barrier right there. Payback from earlier.
Gonna kill him.
Ross Chastain in the fence.
The battle between the 4 of Ross Chastain and Justin Allgaier looks to have been won, I guess you would say, won by Justin Allgaier, because it doesn't look like Ross Chastain.
Oh, it's better if I keep my opinion to myself. We'll handle it. I did have my seatbelts on. Our 9-point safety harnesses did hold me in. Did their job. The tires really were aggressive. I don't think I've ever hit tires before.
We rarely see you upset, but you and Ross Chastain had a run-in mid-race, and then you ran back into him. Was it intentional on your behalf to go back out and seek him, or how did that develop in your mind?
Ross and I have had a rocky relationship. We've had some contact in the past, and he took advantage in the bus stop and wrecked me on purpose, and that was disappointing. I had every intention of probably turning him around. I didn't want to put him in the fence, so my apologies to Johnny Davis and that 4 team. I had no intention of wrecking their car, but I wanted to make sure that I got the point across that, that's not the first time that he's run into me and hurt our day. And it's just frustrating when people race you like that week in and week out. So
Chastain putting the bumper now to Moffitt, wanting that lead back.
27 laps to go to the end of stage 2. What an aggressive move by Chastain, just pushing Moffitt out of the way.
Moffitt finally has to get out of it and slip back into that second spot.
Ross gets sideways.
Yes.
What a save.
Rafael Lessard with a great save, and Chastain gathered it up as well. And now Johnny.
Watch this save. Ross just a little contact on entry and hangs onto that truck, as does Lessard. That's pretty legit racing right there. Watch his hands.
Ross Chastain giving him a little help.
Ross said, I'm committed to the inside. And bigger than 98, Rhodes in the 99. 99 moves up the racetrack. Ross, 3 wide.
Wow, 3 wide with Chastain, Rhodes, and Creed. And somehow Creed comes out in front of the other 2.
Ross Chastain with an aggressive move, and now he's on the inside of the 2, pushing and shoving late. He
He gets into the back of Rhodes, shoves him up the hill, gets to the bottom, and now we're 3 wide.
Talk to drivers in the garage area. It's no secret that Ross Chastain has rubbed some people the wrong way with his aggressive style of racing this season. The 45 of Chastain.
No, but I'm sorry to my team on the truck if he decides to retaliate. We know all too well about that. We don't need that.
And the two?
Get him back. That's not a very smart race. Way to race when you're in the playoffs. Yeah, just stay off of him right now. Now's not the time. Just be smart.
There's Rafael Lessard and Ross Chastain having a conversation. That was a moment ago, and Ross is now with Allen.
I heard from other drivers, crew chiefs have come up to you. They're upset with your aggressive driving. What do you say to them?
Right, GMS, but this car showed Chevy, should be up there on top of that stage. I wish we could have raced it out with him. So had a lot of fun racing with him, clean, and coming back through the field.
Boy, that was just textbook by Denny Hamlin. Can he put the block on? Oh, car. Oh, 77. That was Ross Chastain, got down on the apron, turned him sideways up the racetrack.
Straight into Ryan Preece. And we have
involved.
Another multi-car pileup. With 2 to go, we'll go to overtime. There's the Connecticut Kids car.
Joey Logano. I knew those cars were going to stall out. You can see right there, Ryan Preece sort of pushes Chastain down onto the apron. As soon as it gets down the apron, he loses control.
We'll ride with Ross Chastain.
He had such a run. You're really, at this stage, goes to the wall. Those hurt.
That almost looks, Jeff, like the right rear went down with all those sparks and the car just took off.
I think the car, once he came up on the apron.
The 77 just corrected. That might have been one car too many there, Ross.
Yeah, this could get the slide job that he's looking for right here. He's got more momentum this time.
Right rear. Trying to keep on his right rear.
He's out front, but can he hold it against the wall? He gets into the wall. So does the 10. Contact made. Here comes the 19. Brandon Jones is leading. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank.
Through the racing with Denny, and do you think all the moves made there were fair or not?
You know, Marty, it's pretty crazy to get out after a race like that and get asked questions like that that lead me into bad answers. But no, man, it's
that's a fair question, though, right?
I know.
You guys
I'm so
were
proud,
racing,
Marty, of
sliding up the racetrack. Sideways for Allgaier. Cedric takes the lead.
What a save by Allgaier. Oh, contact!
And they're smashing in the backstretch. The 19 of Jones slides in, makes hard contact. The 7 is involved.
The 10, the 7, the 19, all guys in the playoffs, all with trouble. Watch this. This is a great shot to see how they make contact. Chastain comes down the racetrack. Then they all get crowded up. Big impact for the 19, and then watch the 7 car as he gets contacted.
Decides to hang a left because he's aggravated and wrecks the whole field. So it's a shame for not only our team, but everybody else. Ross is pretty two-faced and says a lot of things outside the race car and then drives like this on the racetrack a lot of times, and it's pretty disappointing. So
and driver error. I made too many mistakes there, and I don't deserve what I have in front of me. I don't deserve to drive this race car, to be honest. To make those mistakes is absolutely unacceptable, and it's absolutely crazy to stand here right now and talk to you and think about the mistakes I just made and took our 10 car out of victory lane and finished 16th with it.
You can see Kyle gets loose, had to check up. He either got tight and went up the racetrack, or the back end stepped out, but he had to check up.
Yeah, it looked to me like he got loose on the throttle. 42 got into him. Exactly what we saw with the 48 and the 42 earlier.
I'm about ready to wreck the 42 anyways. Sure glad he got me first.
First, though, let's go to pit road after the race. Well, what are they saying here?
This is always interesting because you can tell Kyle's furious. Ross is just kind of taking it. And then Matt DiBenedetto's like, hey, I'll step in. Anybody? Hey, you need any help?
I'll just finish my
Look
water
at these biceps. You see these?
Matt's like, hey, I didn't finish in the top 10.
So that's no surprise. I bet he was smiling the whole
Look at
time.
this block.
These guys aren't smiling. Ross Chastain puts a big block on Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, I felt like that was warranted. Turn 2.
Oh, Ross Chastain,
who had just been on pit road.
Yeah, but great save. The caution is out.
I bet the 6 car had something to do with it.
Looks very similar to when Ross Chastain was pushing the 12 of Blaney earlier, except for Ryan Newman kept it going a little further into the corner.
You saw those guys in that 9 bunch celebrating that pit stop. As long as there's no penalty or anything, that very well could have been the stop.
42 finally get himself wrecked.
We just kind of got hooked by the 6 there.
Couldn't tell who was driving, him or responder.
The 42 car is now taking that high side, trying to take the line away from the 18, and look at what it does. The 1 car, Kurt Busch, drives right up to the inside of the 18. Kyle Busch off turn 4, a battle for the lead.
Door to door as they raced into turn 1, and we knew lap traffic was going to come into play.
A little contact.
And then just smoked it behind the 42, obviously. Shows you what kind of driver he is. And just tried to fight hard after that when I got past.
But when Kyle was coming to you, did you change what you were doing at all, Ross, or were you doing consistently what you'd been doing?
Yeah, Kurt asked for the bottom, so I gave him the preferred lane. Racing to stay on the lead lap, and I'm very aware of what's going on the track around me. So Kurt asked for the bottom, and I gave him
move them both. You're gonna have to move them both.
Oh,
he is.
Oh. And around goes all the both off the bumper of Chastain. And Ross Chastain beats and bangs his way to turn 20.
Here you'll see Chastain gets into the 8, moves him into Allmendinger, moves them both up the track. Does it again there, gains position. Not here, but again, we always talk about setting yourself up for the next apex. There he's in position.
Look at Bowman. It's like, we think Bowman's going to win this thing and has the lead.
They were racing each other. Bowman got there, and boy, croquet as Chastain sends the 16 into the 48.
And it's exactly what happened.
1 in line, 1 coming to you, middle. He's got wrecked.
Blaney was the first of the 2 stoppers to make that second stop. And
excuse me, coming through.
Yeah, Blaney carried him up the racetrack there.
That might get you a little shot.
It did too. Big time. How about that?
He goes.
Did not like that, and I'm paying him back. Watch his hands inside the car.
Woo! Thank goodness for yellow gloves.
But, you know, that's Ross Chastain. He has a reputation of.
This is a little payback right there. Did not are struggling even more so than him. There's the Blaney getting into the 1 car. This still isn't done.
Could have sent that in the one with the junior. He's going to get sent.
He thinks he can do anything he wants.
Time to go. By half, he's been moving up.
You see? This is hilarious.
Still right with you. White flag.
Chastain moves up, shuts the door on him. He got loose, and man, once it got sideways, it just never could get back underneath of him. He's going to be frustrated with this.
Martin maybe had a little bit of a run on Ross. Ross slid up in front of him, said he should have given him a lane. Martin's obviously mad because he wrecks and doesn't get the finish.
There on Kyle Larson. Austin to the bobbles just a little bit.
Oh, now he's on the outside. Chastain's got him. 4 wide. Oh, they're wrecking. Unbelievable. Did the caution come out?
They get the
yes.
white?
No.
Caution before the Larson didn't seem coming. But when Larson didn't get up in front of Chastain, that's when I think all the trouble happened. I still thought Larson was okay, Jamie, if he would have got up in front of the 1 and utilized that push.
2 inside. 2 inside. Still 3 inside now. 3 inside. Lock down. Coming. Outside.
Denny, and he finally just runs into him.
He definitely moved him. Probably frustration. He was door to door with him a lot of times, got under him several times, could not make the pass.
What happened to the 11? Left rear or right front?
He got put in the wall by the 1. Matt put a tire on it, destroyed it.
Might be.
Here we go.
Out there on your tire, really tight.
It was a show.
He ran down the racetrack and then tried to get to him, but obviously the handling's down. You knew he was going to show his displeasure.
We'll handle that after the race. Don't worry about it.
Miss Howard just said they think you made your points.
Yeah, right.
Round 3.
Well, we'll keep an eye on this as Kyle Busch leads Joey Logano by a second and a half.
Timing's a little bit better, but Chastain may wreck him again.
This is good.
He's definitely messing with him.
Inside.
Held him up about as long as he could.
Okay, so we all love he just
around goes
the 9, Chase Elliott. Just had talked about how he got back in this race. Watch this replay. I think the 1 car had something to do with this.
Oh.
They were 3 wide. And that's the way I saw it.
Oh, nice. The boy got him another one. That kid needs an ass whipping. If we get a chance, let's not mess it up like we left did. Oh, yeah, no worries on that.
Well, Denny didn't, but
oh,
jeez!
What a double!
It's a double on
a double tag team.
It's the worst case scenario. Both
any room at all.
I'm going to tell you what. This is a show.
No, there's only one solution to this. Park them both. What are you going to do about Chase?
But look at the enjoyment we're getting.
Yeah.
Tell you, man, nothing behind you guys here.
Experiencing those consequences.
And that wasn't all. This continued for about a lap and a half. Elliott was right on Chastain's bumper, and Denny Hamlin to his inside. No friends.
Oh, my Lord.
That's why you don't poke the bear right there. And I hate to say it, but that's what happens. There's consequences to every action.
Driving, Jamie, it's one thing to do it once, but I just kept driving into guys. And at this level, I'm supposed to be better than that. And
will you go talk to him?
I will, yeah. I owe half the field an apology, and words aren't going to fix it, so I'll have to pay for it on the track, and almost did today, and then I deserve everything that they do.
Do you feel like you did enough to kind of make his day
difficult?
Difficult? I mean, I know
I made it more difficult. Yeah, I made it more difficult, but I didn't touch his car, and but we had a miserable day. We went from running up front to limping around a car 8 laps down or whatever we were all day. So, you're just gonna have to weigh the odds of when's the right time to make sure that they get the message. When you make decisions, and obviously he wasn't shy after our contact. I mean, it seems like there's no sense of conscience there that says that maybe I'm going a bit aggressive. But
in spot right now. The first Toyota Hamlin in 13. Bit of lock up there. Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain together.
Ross must have 2 sets of eyes. You see more often than not moving around the racetrack to block.
Kyle Larson and Ross Chastain, and see what transpired.
Well, Ross just blocks. The easiest way to stay ahead of a guy is run a faster lap time than him. But Ross unfortunately spends way more time looking in his mirror and moving around to put his car in front of everybody else than worrying about going fast.
Yeah, I got a big run.
Oh, the one.
Oh,
out
what's
of
in
the
trouble?
track. Oh, contact.
Well, you knew Denny Hamlin wasn't going to cut Ross Chastain any slack after the year they've had together and the run-ins at St. Louis.
It's up the racetrack. Denny, you said it, Steve. He's not going to cut Ross Chastain any slack whatsoever. Oh, that's a risky move, though. If you get that 1 car,
he also made a very interesting point. He said,
I feel crash. 19's going to go around. He'll collect the 1. 22 of Logano also in it.
Stay up there.
Lots of cars. Look at the 5 of Larson there.
McDowell comes back up in front. He'll tag another car. Kyle Larson in it also.
The 1 car was pushing the 19 right there off into turn 1, and the 19 was a little bit uncomfortable in the front stretch, just entering the corner.
Right there, the contact, and now Truex is along for the ride.
Yeah, Truex is out of the gas, uncomfortable. The 1 is just trying to wait on him to sort of gather it up and go, and eventually makes contact.
You have to wonder also, guys,
we were talking about Ross Chastain offsetting to the right.
Wow.
To get more downforce, right?
Looked like we were just a casualty of Ross Chastain once again. When you got guys like him out there wrecking half the field, you might as well actually take a different strategy sometimes. But
position.
a lot of
Truex back to the bottom.
Oh! The 11 sideways. Can he hang on to it? They wreck.
Lock her down here. Lock her down. Get
And
in
the
the one
caution
here.
will come out. There'll be another restart.
Brad Keselowski down there in the grass.
Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.
Denny Hamlin has had enough of Ross Chastain this year. It's not going to help. Chastain just up the racetrack into the back, into the quarter panel of Hamlin.
So this is the frustration I think drivers have with Ross Chastain. When you interview him, he talks about how he's going to try to do it differently and race differently, and then here we are. He just climbs the banking. I'm sure his car is probably not handling as he had hoped, but his contact spins Denny Hamlin out.
I'm with you, Steve. You got a gas pedal in there. Chastain is going to have to make a decision on what does he want to do. Like, he's up the racetrack right here. He's lost the nose.
Dio down there. Yep, the Dio. Yep, motherfucker wrecking again. Lock her down here. Lock her down. Get her going here if you can. Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down, lock it down. Roll straight there if you can.
Yeah, he just come up the hill and wrecked you, bub. I can't tell you any more than that without looking at traces and studying it for an hour, but the bottom line is, no lesson learned. He just come up the hill and wreck you. So.
At what point has the line been crossed too many times with the one car?
I mean, it's just it's all in whatever level I'm willing to take, and you know, it's just another unfortunate circumstance for him.
Is there any way he's going to win a championship this year with the way he's upset so many people?
I don't know. I think it's just everyone has their different tolerance levels, certainly. But you guys know, I've reached my peak.
Look at here. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's some problems going on here. One car way up the racetrack. We know these two don't love each other. Oh, Ross, is he going to... He drives it down in there. I didn't know if he was trying to get to him or not, but he is on the inside of this 11 car, Denny Hamlin. Off the corner, down the back straightaway. These two guys have a history. Down in the corner, Denny. Little contact right there. Pushes the one up the racetrack. Parker.
Well, guys, we see these two, the 11 and the 1.
Chastain up the racetrack. Here comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain into the wall.
Hard into the wall. He goes around. He'll hit the inside wall as well. Caution has come out.
Big damage to the 4 car of Harvick.
There he is. Look how high Hamlin is. Remember, he is a car on the bottom, and he just ran Chastain up the racetrack, and then trouble ensued behind him.
Christopher Bell hits the wall as well. We see that in the top corner of the screen, the 20 car.
Chastain drives in the corner deep, gets up the racetrack. Hamlin immediately up the racetrack, pushes Chastain out of the line and into the wall.
And Denny said that he would handle it, and I believe he just did. Everybody was wondering if it was all talk.
Right down the middle. Your middle. Your middle. One on your right. Still one on your right.
Chastain! He's right there. They're going side by side through the kink.
Right side. He did that access road to get back on track.
It's going to allow Reddick to get a run on him. Lost momentum.
Is this legal for the one to be up here racing right now?
They've had an attempt in this braking zone. He's braking. All right, then he finally says, you know what? I'm not going to go in there with these guys because we see what happens. I mean, he kind of foresaw all this action right here, not wanting to be a part of that.
Yeah, and I think he slowed down here because he had to make the
You and Ross going to work together here, trying to pull away.
Ross, work together. Is anybody
Oh, we got a crash on the front straightaway. The 20 car, Christopher Bell, and the 1 get together, coming off a turn 4. Christopher Bell.
Going to take you back up. Slow down.
Positioning. He goes to the outside, and the 20 trying to protect that position up the racetrack.
And Ross had just come out on tires, was trying to get back by the 20, and Christopher Bell just trying to, but Larson's got too much speed. Oh, they're wrecking behind.
18 goes around.
The Ross Chastain spins as well with contact from Jones in the 43.
Get rolling.
And you see the 20 sitting right behind the 1. He's thinking, jackpot, back in the lap.
One car goes down in the corner, and there's contact in the left rear quarter panel, 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle goes around. Here comes the 43 as Ross tries to slow down. Makes contact with the left rear Ross's car.
Little contact for the 19 as well.
I mean, we were looking okay and in a good spot just coming up through there, working our way methodically through the field with our M&M's Toyota Camry. And we got Chastain this week. We were his victim this week.
Heading on down into the braking zone. Him and Chastain getting pretty aggressive. Oh, Ross spins. Both cars spin.
They chased each other through the mud, it looked like.
Yeah. Maybe there was a reason he was chasing him through the mud. I don't know. Been kind of under the radar, lacking a lot of performance this year.
Chastain into the side of Keselowski.
Brad's in the fence just a little bit, a little contact.
And that's the first caution that has come out. Chastain may have just upset enough that there might be payback in this race.
Boy, Brad was having a great race.
One car locks the left front up, loose into the corner, into the left rear quarter panel, just overdrive and overcooked the corner. Big mistake by the one.
And Steve, you just mentioned where he is in points. He's now only 21 points.
That's just the one car. He didn't do anything wrong. That's just all Ross.
Denny Hamlin, 2-point favorite to get in as the championship 4. Bell out of turn 4. He's going to do it. He's won his way into the championship.
Let's go get us a championship.
And the fight for the points right at the line. The one of Chastain past Hamlin. Just watch.
That is not
Folks, that's not sped up. That is not sped up. That is actual time. It looks as though it is sped up because no one's ever gone. House Racing now has their first competitor that could race for a champion.
One more, man. 2 spots here.
Gotta get him? Yeah, I gotta get him. Need 2.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Hang on, man. Checkered flag. Nice and easy. Keep it up against the fence there.
What in the hell? Points out. Riding the wall. Oh my God, coming to the checkered flag. I can't believe what I just saw. That's literally the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was straight video game, but...
Whoa, the dive!
Died into the wall on the inside, just brushing it. And the caution comes back out.
Look at that steering wheel, Jeff. That steering wheel's not straight. He's got the racetrack, but he has the one of Chastain right there, and Chastain turns him into the inside wall. Chastain had a choice. He could have lifted. He could have went even further to the left. Said he wasn't going to do that. Really just held the wheel straight. Said,
watch this run right here. Chastain gets a great launch. Gets to the start-finish line. As soon as he gets there, he turns to go underneath him, and Chase Elliott starts turning as well.
Really happy with where they're at. Turn 2, Hamlin around.
Man, those two always seem to find each other. The 1 and the 11.
Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin have a history. They were racing for 12th.
Well, it's not going to go away tonight.
No.
Well, is the door open? Yes. Am I going to sell that as a dive bomb? Absolutely. I mean,
to the turn 2 wall, end up the last cars on the lead lap. Let's show you what happened to Denny
big
and
time,
Chastain.
crowded him, took off in a push, never lifted out of the gas, slams into the side of the one car.
It wasn't a mistake. No, it wasn't a mistake.
Okay.
I unleashed, I let the wheel go, and I said, he's coming with me. And so, but at the time, I said, well, I'm going to finish anyway, and I'm just going to make sure that he finishes right here with me. Ross doesn't like it when I speak his name in the media and when I had this microphone. I told him, well, I have a microphone, and I'm going to call it like I see it. And until you get a microphone, you can then say whatever you want about me. But the fact is while I'm sitting here talking, I'm going to call things the way I see it, and sometimes I'm going to have to call myself out, which I'm the dumbass who lost just as many spots as he did. But at the time,
way up there and trying to establish that track position, you got to go now.
I want to hear Tim Fedewa. Let's.
Whoa! He got turned by Chastain, and around they go.
Your brake.
Kyle Busch is around.
Josh Berry, oh, Busher into the wall. Josh Berry, a lot of damage on the front of the 9.
You okay over there? Yeah, he just got me loose. Yeah, he knocked out of it right when he shouldn't have.
Yeah, the one car kind of tends to do that sometimes.
Aggression picking up. And as he
Yeah,
did, I think his
bump.
thought was right, got on the right rear. I don't think it obviously wasn't intentional. And when he got to him with that head of steam, it got Kevin starting to get sideways. And by the time it was all said and done, now you're on his left rear, Tony, and where you really don't want to be. And look at the disaster. There's the right rear.
Got any damage? No, sir. I didn't touch him. All right, be saving gas under caution.
You're going with, spotter says you're going with, and then you fucking hang me for no reason. I didn't even help you. I never said I was going with you. What? I never said I was going with you. You should tell Brandon that, because he's fucking putting words in your mouth. Y'all are saying go with us. Oh, well, I mean, if you want to listen to my radio transmission, that's fine. All I heard was Brandon said he's going with you. Why would you even try to split bottom? This is the last lap. We're not going to go anywhere anyway. Yeah, you're not coming with me. It's going to be slower. They're all going to roll by us. I don't appreciate it.
McDowell sends it on the outside.
Huge dive. They're in Reddick underneath of him.
Around goes Truex.
Suarez was top of the hill. He got door slammed at the top of the hill.
Hey, you know who got him? You're good to your right. What the 48? He's there, man. He just went straight, and the one pushed him again. Can anyone explain me what the one was trying to do there?
I haven't seen it, but yeah, copy. We'll just talk about it later, man.
Like the 48 didn't even try from the corner.
Yeah, he went left of you trying to block, and they just, I mean, there were 4 behind him pushing him.
It was with you. I can wait to get to the 48 and the one. I kicked it up.
I got alongside Reddick there on that one restart into the Wesses, and I could have forced the issue and pushed him off or whatever, but we ran each other hard, we ran each other clean. Somebody else doesn't know anything about clean over
here. Side by side, try to be on his door and stay on that outside tight.
4 wide for third. Oh, and around he goes, up and into the wall goes the 24.
Bell got in the back of William Byron, turns him around. Bell makes a block to the bottom, moves up. He tried to make a late block on Chastain, wasn't there as Byron's coming down and gets into him.
What happened there with the 24? The Bonsai came in and put us 3 wide. The wrecking ball came in and made us 3 wide at the last second, and there wasn't enough room to be 3 wide. The one car, the wrecking ball.
Yeah, Bell said that his words were the wrecking ball came through, and that's what ended the race for the 24.
He can say what he wants. Like other guys, he walks right by me. He doesn't say anything to me. So if I don't think I touched anybody, and it's just down there on my line. I mean, if he's gonna call me a wrecking ball, I don't understand.
Chastain in front of him. He was in a 2380s.
And around he goes! Oh my gosh, caution is out, lap 81, and it's Kyle Larson.
Well, so much for the fastest car on the track.
And we're told Ross Chastain got into the 15, and that may have ignited this.
See Brendan Poole passing Austin Dillon. Oh, Chastain got in the back of him. Slid
up
right
he
up
comes.
in front of him, right in his lap.
And just as Larson slid up the track last week at Talladega.
Twitter and put the pressure on, blaming it on Chastain. Unfortunately, I don't think that was needed right there. You can't get into him getting into the corner.
Back in here, keep coming, check up.
Fucking Ross, what a fucking idiot. God damn.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
Unfortunate incident. You're just minding your own business, and then Ross Chastain comes up behind you. What'd you see and feel there?
Yeah, I mean, the 3 was on the outside of me. Him and I had been racing for position, and I mean, you're side by side. There's not like a whole lot of room. There's nothing more I could do in the situation. I haven't really seen the replay, but yeah, I felt like I just got ran over. I mean, really, for no reason. 80 laps into the race. Doesn't make any sense to me, but I guess that's something he's been known to do here recently. Probably needs to get his butt whooped.
There's the 1 in the 8 battle, and I don't think Kyle Busch liked that. That's one you won't see that Chastain messing with. He'll bite back.
He wrecks everybody every week.
Because I'm pissed because your race is such an asshole, and so I doored him twice down the backstretch like this is.
Yeah, Chastain just has a run off too, but then watch, he comes left a little bit, right there. Kyle did not like that, not one bit.
This is about as back as far as I've seen Chastain all day long. Needing to get some track position back. Mired back in there. Oh, he got Gragson high. Got him in the Gragson not going to be very happy about that.
Gragson came all the way down to thank him. And Allmendinger and several others go by.
4.
Wow.
Like you would, but he was like touching me, it felt like, and it just had me kind of out of control. So, yeah, I wish we could wish we could see what was
Is that interview interrupted?
going on here, I guess.
That's Noah Gragson and Ross Chastain going at it.
Chastain, clear you. Gragson, you bored the out of this man. Down. What the is your problem? Hey, we got this one right here. We got this one. All right, come on, guys. Chill out. Get back. Come on. What's your deal, dude? Come on now. Get back.
Ross, we saw the tempers afterwards there between you and Noah Gragson. What took place in your eyes?
I got tied off of 4 for sure, and Noah and I have a very similar attitude on the racetrack, and we train together, we prepare together, we know each other's every little bit about each other. So, yeah, I definitely crowded him up off of 4, and he took a swipe at us in 3, and then came down, grabbed a hold of me, and a very big man once told me we have a no push policy here at Trackhouse. So,
I mean, he just fenced us off of 4, 60 laps to go in the race. I don't get it. I mean, just completely used us up and fenced the shit out of us. So, you know, I'm not going to tear the Trackhouse guys and stuff up. I respect their hard work and everything, but, you know, nobody confronts a guy. And I went down there and you know, grabbed him and, you know, showed my displeasure. So, I'm sick and tired of it. The guy just runs into everyone. I mean, when you got guys like Chase Elliott and other guys telling you to go beat his ass, you know, everyone's just sick and tired of him, but nobody has the balls to go up and get him. So I'm tired of it. And,
that 5 car is supposed to be the first car that jumps.
You got in the wall a little bit? Oh, yeah. He drove us right in it. Shoot. He's going to have to hit us harder than that. Question is the 5 going to, are we even? Or does he want to drive me in the fence again? I think the 5 does the same thing if he's on the bottom.
Not much help underneath them. The race is on for the lead right here, 1 and 2.
Well, Chase does not get into turn 1 well at all.
Oh, he turned
and they're on the
fence.
Hang on.
Same thing. Went to run him up the racetrack.
Still pushing you.
Turned him, William Byron, to the lead. Still pushing him.
All right, those of you scoring at home, how many saw that coming?
I did.
All of us.
5 tried to turn down knowing that the 1 was coming up the racetrack. You knew what the play he was going to do. Got into one another. Wrecked.
Wow.
Children. Put them in a sandbox together and they can't play.
I can tell you. Look, Kevin Harvick. How about Harrison Burton?
that make any sense. What a hack. Make that 3 races now he's taking us out of. Chevrolet, good job. Good job. 3 races that 1 car is taking us out of.
Cliff Daniel not at all impressed.
Inside, Chastain looking to his inside, 2 tires. Oh, wait him out. I told you, look.
Round he goes. Michael McDowell.
That's him. That was your 2-tire guy. Had Chastain right on the inside of him. Round he goes.
He was in 6th place.
And he can't be too happy about getting punted.
So he got past the start-finish line, goes to the bottom. Get off in the corner. Chastain got on the rumble strips just a little bit. I think McDowell kind of squeezed him. That's just a product.
How's your right front?
Oh, it's hit. I don't know how bad. I'm not even sure what happened there. I thought he had enough room there.
I believe what they call it this day is getting Chastain.
Yeah, I got you.
Spin into the turn 6 tire barriers. You see the damage right here. What happened? Contact between. I couldn't tell if it was the 1.
Yeah, the 1.
I think the 1 got into the 38.
That 1 car, get back to his ass and put him in the fence.
I mean, it's everywhere. Let's look on board with the 1 right here. I can see what Ross is thinking, right? Too wide in front. The 38 has a pretty wide entry. Ross thinks he's going to get into the bottom. Contact
on that left rear quarter panel. Has to get out of the gas a bit.
Wow, that was close.
Now look who's here.
Yeah. Oh, Blaney.
Blaney into the back of the 1. Here comes the 19.
Be smart here, man. Be smart.
All right. Blaney's got a pretty good position on him in this corner.
Be smart here, man. Be smart. Go 3 back 19 on the bottom, 2 back bottom, 1 back, inside 19, middle of 3 here, middle of 3, middle of 3, go middle, low by half, low by half. 1 back 19, the lane higher.
The fact that Ross said I raced him hard, I mean, the dude blocks 3 lanes, getting in the corner every lap. I mean, I don't know how I'm racing him hard. When you're looking in your mirror and you're going left and right and left and just following wherever I go, I don't understand how he thinks I'm racing him hard. He's just backing me up to the 5, so I have to go. I mean, he's backing me up to Larson to where I'm going to be in trouble. Well, right, I hit him on purpose. I mean, yeah. Yes, I hit him on purpose. He blocked me on purpose 10 times. So, yeah, I hit him on purpose. I mean, what do you expect me to do? He's backing me up to the other championship guy, and I got to go. I mean, we were just racing hard, but did I think he was over excessive on the blocks? Yes, very much so. And, yes, did I hit him? Yes, I did. But that's just
anger. He gets angry. It's okay. I've known him for a decade. And I could see him moving around in the car, and the car's going straight, and I could see his colorful suit and gloves. I didn't see, apparently there was, I was number 1. I don't know. But I could see like movement when I checked the camera, and I was like, oh, he is angry. And then, yeah, I know he's mad, and I don't care. I do not care. I did not care then. I do not care now. I'm here to race him. I'm not going to wreck him. And